Testing, testing. Is this thing on? Hi guys, my name is Abby and this is the Just Flip It podcast. I was thinking, I've spoken about mindset on a couple of episodes now, so now it's time for me to move into the property part of my podcast. As mentioned on the intro, there are many ways to invest in property. Just to name a few, they are buy-to-lets, buy-to-flips, lease options, rent-to-rent, HMOs, SAs, etc. Today I'm going to be talking about sourcing and deal packaging. So when I first started it properly last year, I decided that one of my strategies was going to be sourcing. So I wanted to know everything about it. I went to Saturday courses, one-day courses, listened to podcasts, read books. So I was really hyped, really excited about doing it because there are lower barriers to entry. By that I mean that in terms of getting your business, so sourcing business up off the ground, it doesn't take that much knowledge or experience. In addition to this, there are lower startup costs. So I thought this was the perfect solution and, I'm going to hit the ground running and just do it. Little did I know. A lot of optimism. I haven't even explained what sourcing actually is. So, property sourcing is the activity by which property deals are negotiated and packaged by a property sourcer to be sold onto a property investor. So that was one of the definitions that I found, and the reason that I chose it is because it conflates the two terms together. It speaks about sourcing and deal packaging, but to me there is a clear difference. With sourcing, it's all about doing your due diligence, finding an area, finding a deal, and then marrying that up with the investor. So the investor purchases the deal. So depending on what type of contract you have with the investor, you can get a reservation fee in the beginning and then your final payment at the end, or you can get one lump sum payment at the end for finding the investor the property deal. Whereas deal packaging is a bit more involved with that. So your involvement starts, the vendor and the investor agree the price to purchase the property. So you could oversee the completion of this property deal and you can bring along other people in the deal, such as brokers or conveyancers. So that's the difference. And I also know that with deal packaging, you can actually charge more. Typically 1 to 2%, whereas with sourcing, on average, people charge anything from between £2,000 to £5,000. Some people might say, why would I spend X amount of money on a sourcer or a deal packager when I can go out and find the deal or the property myself? Well, to that, I would say that the person that you're paying that money, it might seem a lot to you, but if they can save you £250,000 or £500,000 on your actual property deal, I think they're worth their weight in gold. So it just depends on who you are and what you're thinking about and whether or not you're willing to make money and not spend a lot of money. So some of the pros to this strategy are you can make a lot of money in one go, especially if you get your numbers right and evaluate and do your due diligence properly. You can earn the investor and yourself quite a substantial amount of money. You can focus on one area or make your sourcing business a national business. And 2, you can have a lifestyle business, so you don't need to do this full time. As long as you establish good relationships with agents and investors, as and when deals come your way, you just pass them through to the relevant people and hey presto, you'll just make money like that. The other side to sourcing is it might take a bit of time before you actually make the money. It will depend on what contract you have with the investor, whether you have a reservation fee, so that's a nominal amount that the investor pays upfront when a deal is struck between the investor and the vendor, and then you get the remainder of your money during completion, or you just have to wait anything from 2 to 6 months when the transaction actually goes through before you get paid. So this in turn might affect your cash flow. Cash flow is the total amount of money being transferred into and out of a business. So in layman's terms, this might affect the money coming in and out of your account, so you might not be able to budget properly. Another downside is that it might take some time finding investors to pass the deals onto. I know for me, it took a bit of time and I was struggling to find ways around it. But as they say, the best places to find investors are places such as auctions, networking events, business angel events. And it's just about going out and speaking to people and understanding what problems they have and how you can solve them. So if someone's looking to purchase a property and in a location and you have contacts in that locality, or you're willing to do the legwork, you can strike up a deal and then they will in effect become your investor. Property is a people and numbers business, so people have to know you, like you and trust you. And if they have all three, and if your numbers marry up to that, you're on to a winner. Remember, all you need is one investor. I know there are other pros and cons to deal packaging or sourcing, but these are the ones that I can think of off the top of my head. If you guys have any questions about what I've said or just want to talk to me about sourcing in general, the email for the podcast is in the show notes. With all that being said, can I ask that you rate, review, and subscribe to my podcast? I want to build up more of a rapport with the people that are listening to me, bounce ideas. You gain knowledge from me and I'm gaining knowledge from you, so it works both ways, but I really need your help to do that. So yeah, hopefully I do hear from you guys. Thank you. Until next time.